Yellow Spectral Warrior, day 11 of the wave we are in. And the 11th day is the liberation point. And the 11th archetype in the wave is always in a relationship with the archetype of the wave. So we're in the wave of White Worldbridger, which is death, change, rebirth, expanding into the bigger picture, the multidimensional truth of who we are, bridging worlds within and without, and surrender. In order to sort of move through from one dimension to another, from one state of awareness to another, we have to surrender. We have to give up identifying on a certain level, a certain dimension, a certain way of thinking or seeing something. And giving up is the antithesis of being a warrior. So that's why warrior is the challenge point, the opposite energy to Worldbridger. And they exist in a tension between each other. And it's necessary to learn the balance. It's learn when to surrender and when to fight, which battles to fight and which to surrender, and when to hand over, like when we're really focused, when we're in warrior mode, which was on a mission and fearlessly, unstoppably going in a certain direction, we can miss the mark, which is what sin actually means. We are so focused that we don't check in with spirit. We don't expand and let go and remember constantly, it's not my will, it's thy will. And I am trying to channel thy will. And also remember that thy will is my will. So that's very much a motto of the spectral warrior energy of today. So it's letting go into the multidimensional, letting go of the mission, letting go of the fight and the conviction and the commitment, and handing it back to God. The spectral energy is let go, let go, let God. It's about dissolving and letting things go. And yesterday was the planetary eagle, so we have a vision of the mission, and we have to constantly keep coming back to spirit, connecting with that vision and purifying it of any ego that we may have put in it, that we get very attached to doing XYZ for our ego and not for our soul. And so that's the message of today, is really surrender your mission into the bigger picture and wait to receive the clarification of what it is you are destined, or our soul purpose is to do. And sometimes we have to focus on something in our lives, and then we are called to make a big change, to move in a certain direction. We have our sort of earthly desires, our soul purpose is something that comes in maybe later, and so sometimes we're pulled in a certain direction. It feels like we're being pulled away from what we invested so much in, and we were going in a certain direction, and now spirit has other plans, and this is necessary, that we surrender to our soul's desire ultimately, because that is who we are. We're spiritual beings having a human experience, so we have human desires, earthly desires, and certain things that we've got to achieve in this realm, and then we have our spiritual truth and our spiritual purpose, our soul purpose, and we need to connect with that ultimately to have the deeper fulfillment. We've been conditioned with what it is we want, our earthly desires, and spirit has always had this other plan for us, so we're called to surrender to what spirit wanted, what our spirit wanted to be doing in service to the truth and bringing heaven to earth.